Hi, it's been a while. I've been wanting to post something for a while, but just felt like my life hasn't been too interesting. But today, I have something pretty cool planned. Me and my sister Sarah
Hi.
are going to Extreme Flight Simulator, where we're going to be flying a simulation of a real Boeing 747. I'm super excited about it. About an hour away, so I'll catch you when we're there. Alright, so we've made it to Extreme Flight Simulator. So a little bit of why I'm here is I've decided I wanted to become a pilot. So I've never flown a plane, obviously, and I'm just curious like how it is, and wanted to get a feel for it. Alright, so here, you're the camera.
Okay. What do you want me to do since I'm your
So I'm gonna
cameraman?
sit.
You're going to sit in this seat, and then I'll sit here for a minute before we get going to get some stuff loaded. You can pull that seat up right here. If you'd like.
Oh, I'm good here.
No, pull it up so you can see what's going on.
Okay. Okay, I'm really scared to take off, so I don't know.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide you in.
Okay.
So how we do this in the real world is one flies, one fixes. Okay?
Oh, Jesus.
That's how it works, right? So whoever's flying, the other pilot's fixing. What I mean by fixing is putting the landing gear up, setting the flaps,
Okay.
playing with the mode control panel up there when he's manually flying.
Okay.
Alright, what you're going to do, boss, is you're going to turn this to the left till it reads, give me 010. Perfect. So the autopilot is now doing that, but when you're manually flying, you're maintaining those parameters.
Yeah.
So the autopilot is just not some cool computer system. We still have to manage it,
Yeah.
right? So it's only as good as the input that we give it, right? So he gave it, we told him to turn left to heading of 010. He dialed that in.
Yeah.
All right, and then how we know it's going to turn that way is we have heading select selected up here, and then what we call the flight management enunciator of this bar up here, heading select is green.
Okay.
So green is truth. That's happening. And then it's what we call a VNAV alt right now for the altitude because I put in 7,000 as cruise altitude for today. So it's off a little bit. All right. The speed got away if I were to put the speed back on. You're using the automation to your advantage.
I see.
Because I can put you in a situation that is this. It's not how you fly. You have to fly off instruments. Right, so everything is instruments.
Yeah.
Right, so it's now trusting your instruments.
Flying blind.
Blind. Alright, so what you're going to do, slow the airplane down to 230.
This one.
Yep, that one.
Sorry.
So now the airplane's starting to slow down.
Now, in an actual plane, did these move when you put the speed at?
And this airplane, yeah, it does.
Wow.
Yep, and 787 does, all Boeing aircraft do.
Wow.
Airbus, you don't see the throttles move. They have what you call detents for certain settings.
I see.
All right, so now what you're going to do is turn left to a heading of, go 350. So I'm trying to bring us inbound here.
50.
And slow the speed down to 220. Chicago approach is slowing us up. They always do.
In case there's like fog really
Yep.
bad or something.
Now turn left heading 310.
Or if it's night owl.
Yep. There you go. And hit the approach button. Okay? So now you just earned up the approach. So on your FMA, VOR LOC is white and GS is white. That means they're armed up in the background.
Wait, where?
Yep. On the FMA. So see where it says heading select and the
okay.
VOR LOC is in green. as soon as it picks up the radio frequency at the end of the runway, that will become active and heading select will be turned off. It will fly the path for the radio signal. And slow down to about 210. Alright? And now you're going to call for flaps 1.
Flaps 1.
Alright, now set the flaps to 1.
Me?
Yep.
This
up.
is.
Yep. And drop.
And then.
And just drop.
This one?
There you go.
Okay.
And now this is where Chicago starts slowing us up all the time. Slow down to 200 knots. And this is where they start stacking everybody up. And then you see that auto brake switch up there?
This one here?
Yep, turn it to the right until it reads 3.
3.
Yep, perfect.
Cool. I noticed the clock is in like military time. It's always like that?
Yep. Yep, so we go off of Greenwich Mean Time, Zulu. And come left to a heading of 290. Other one. Middle one.
Oh, sorry.
That's right. There we go. Perfect. Now the localizer captured. So see how it says single channel instead of command?
Yeah.
And then VOR LOC is green now. That means it's flying the lateral path for the runway automatically.
Okay.
That's cool.
Alright, and then now on the right where it says VNAV path on that FMA in green, VNAV path. And then it has GS underneath it in white. That means the glide slope is unbound. So you'll see a diamond right here.
Yeah.
Okay? And we got to cross this waypoint at 4,000 feet or above. How do I know that? Okay, so I'm going to put it in like this, 273, and go away, 4,000 or above. What's going to happen is, it knows its distance from that. You'll see that diamond turn magenta and start coming down. And that's what we call glide slope is alive. And then when it gets to the center, where the 5,000 is, it will stop, and then GS will turn white or green, and now we're on the glide slope. So that means it would be captured. And the airplane will start descending down towards the runway at a vertical path. So see the diamond come alive a little bit?
Yeah, it's
It's coming alive now a little bit.
Right when it gets to this point, it's going to turn magenta?
Yep. And now you want to call for flaps 5.
Flaps 5.
So you're going to pull up and out. Up, and then bring it down to 5. There you go. And then slow the airplane down to 180.
That's right.
That's right.
How do we know when to put the flaps on?
So I'm watching distances, right? So I put a ring. Is that a green ring?
Oh.
I put 2 of them, a 2-mile ring and a 10-mile ring around this
I
waypoint. And that's my cue starts slowing up.
Oh yeah, because you come in on it.
Yep. Alright, so we're about to capture the glide slope here. There it goes. Glide slope is captured. Now the airplane's going to start descending down.
Okay.
And don't mind that. So when you hear the computer call 2500, you're going to call for gear down. Okay? And then the call is gear down, flaps 15. So we can't
So
go
you're gonna turn the gear down
and then go to 15.
Oh. I was like, okay. So when it has the noise, I put this down.
Well,
and I put
he's
when
got
I call
to he's
for
got
it.
to call
You have
for it,
to
right?
call
So you don't
for
do
it.
anything until the captain calls for it, the
Okay.
pilot flying calls for it.
Okay.
That's what we call PF.
Alright. But when he tells me I put this down
Down
and I
go
move to
yep,
15.
yep. So his call will be gear down, flaps 15, please.
Okay.
So that's when we get to the smaller circle?
Yeah, right about there, right before there, right? So I would say we're about 9.9 out from the runway right now, so a little bit. We're on the ILS is captured.
Also, you said 1500, right?
No, that's when we want to be fully, we want to be on a stable approach.
Okay.
2500.
20, okay.
This is where we are, right?
Yep.
And then he's gonna say it about
Right
here.
about there.
Okay. Oh yeah, I see our altitude dropping too.
Yep.
Yeah.
But our speed is still pretty steady.
It's holding itself. We want 180, it's maintaining 180.
In real life, that fluctuates more or no?
Really, it depends what the winds are and everything else. You might see the power going in and out a lot because the winds might. There's 2500.
Oh, flaps 15.
Gear down.
Gear down.
Yep. So you got to pull out, bring it down, and then flaps 15. Perfect. And then roll your speed to 170. Perfect. And then when your speed gets below 175, call for flaps 30.
So flaps 30.
All right. Pull out.
Cool.
You want to drop it back in, and then pull up, and then down.
Okay.
There you go.
Sorry, I'm having a...
And then now you're going to reduce your speed to 152.
150.
Perfect. Alright, so we're coming up on 1,600 feet. Now, the pilot monitoring, so she'd be looking out the window to see if she's got any ground contact off to the south, right? And me as a pilot, too, I would be just glancing, right? Because now things start happening very fast.
Yeah.
Less than 4 miles away from the runway.
Okay.
Okay? So as a jump seater, I'd be sitting here like, can't see crap out that window. But, so like everybody's kind of just like looking for ground contact because when a computer calls minimums, if we look out, we don't see the runway, we're doing what's called a go around. We're going around. It's not safe to land because we can't see a certain distance. Coming up on 1,000. There's 1,000.
1,000. I thought this was my altitude.
Well, that is, but there's the radio altimeter. So that's feet above sea level on the right, and that's feet above the ground. So we're only 850 feet above the ground right now.
So do I put my hands on there?
Yeah, just have them sit on there because they're auto. They run all the way down to the ground. So I'd look out to the right. Oh, I got ground
Oh,
contact.
yeah, now we see some.
But I don't have approach lights in sight yet. No target. And I'd be like, alright, I got the approach lights. I don't have the runway yet. I got the approach lights though. Right in front of us. And I got the threshold in sight. Approaching minimums.
Minimums.
Alright, you can land. Because it's in sight. So you're going to press this button twice. Press it one more time.
50. 40.
Pull back a little bit. Stop. Push forward. There you go. You're on the ground. Now pull your reversers up. One pop. Alright, one more. There you go. Right there. And then on the top of your rudder pedals, there's brakes. They're toe brakes. Go ahead and press them in. There you go. Close the reversers out. Welcome back to Chicago. You just landed at about 2.5 mile visibility.
I heard a lot of pilots have fear of heights. And I also have fear of heights.
Actually, I don't even need this. This is going to taxi the airplane. So you get to see how to taxi and everything.
All right.
knots on the runway heading at 273. A little off skew, that's fine. Alright, we're on the brakes. So I would say your airplane, your controls. So your right hand would go on the yoke. And then how this works is when the co-pilot's flying, the right hand seat, is I have full abort authority on the takeoff. So you're going to set the takeoff power. And as soon as the power stands up to where 90.9%, you go, take your hands off it, tap, tap, and then your left hand comes onto here and my hand guards the power then.
Okay, when it comes, how do I know it's at 90?
I'll call 90.
Oh, okay.
Alright? And then I'll steer the airplane down the runway for you with my feet.
Okay.
Okay? And then just kind of follow my lead, alright?
So I just put this up to 40?
40.
How do
So
I know?
so just kind of push it up to about my hand. I'm going to hold the brakes. Alright, there's about 40, so we're going to let it stabilize and coming off. Alright, now press that button where my finger is. That one right there. Yep. Okay, now guide your hand up with it. Alright, tap it. Okay, there we go.
And then I'm steering right
No,
now?
I'm steering the airplane with my feet.
I've never watched a takeoff before.
And now you see what happens up front.
Oh, God.
It's a pretty long takeoff for it now.
V1.
Alright, and rotate, so we're going to pull back. And follow me. Just hold it right there. Now our eyes come down to here.
Oh, okay, on the...
Yep. Just going to fly into that. Gears coming up. And they told us the right turn to 040 after takeoff. And here we go. So our eyes looking at that flight director. You can't see outside. Look at that. You're in the turn. There you go. Just look over.
Wow. That's great. So when do I start, like, guiding the plane?
You're guiding it already.
Oh, I am.
Yep. You're flying it. We're in the air.
Oh, okay.
We're in the air. So I just want to follow those pitch commands.
Okay, and then I'm supposed to keep it, like, bubble, or...
Well, just put the box into the crosshairs, right? See how I'm going along a little bit, going along a little bit. Everything is slow and steady.
I see. You kind of brought it around a little bit,
Yeah,
right?
we went past a little bit, right? So we slowly correct it. Now
You
you,
want it to be smooth.
yep, you want it to be smooth. Now you want to call for flaps up. Just call for it.
Flaps up.
Flaps up after takeoff checklist. Right, so pressurizing, so after takeoff checklist complete. And we'll go direct pumpkin. Direct pumpkin. Skew, down the half. I'll pull back a little bit. A little bit to the right. So below 10,000 feet, we can't go faster than 250.
Okay.
No, we're on our home. So now, go ahead and put the autopilot on. It's going to correct a little bit. So now you're going to steer the airplane. We're going to put it back in the heading mode. We're going to go back in mode here. So turn us right to a heading of 090. Yep. Yep. And we can tell it we want to go that way, so hit heading select. Yep, perfect. So there it goes. See how it's flying it?
Yeah.
Alright, so now what I'm going to do is because we thought we were going to Minneapolis, we're just saying we have an emergency that we got to come back in for, right? So I got to set the box up now, come back to O'Hare. Alright, so they're going to tell us, expect ILS, we're going to come in 27 left. It's a fun runway. Shorter one. Legs, run heading select. That's right. And it's going to be 274 and get down course. 15 Alright, remember they said 180 or greater till JLO, so we're coming up on JLO.
How did we know when we're there? Here?
Yep. So it also says a 1.7 nautical miles. It's 1.6 now. And there, usually we would contact the tower around this point, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to dial in 170. And good afternoon, Air Tower, United 124, just outside the JLO for 27 left. And they'd be like, United 124, clear to land, 27 left, winds calm. Alright, clear to land, 27 left, United 124. Alright, so they cleared us to land. So now you can call for flaps 30.
Flaps 30.
Speed checks. Roll us to final approach speed. Forward set. Speed brake disarm. And they clear us to land. These lights come on. And then before landing checklist, below the line is speed brake. Arm green light. Gear down in green. And flaps 30 green light. Before landing checklist. Alright.
And they usually land at like 154.
Well, it depends on the weight of the airplane, right? So I have it 5 knots above what the reference speed is.
Okay.
And that's how I know it's 5 above because it sits on top of it.
Oh, okay.
Alright, 1,000 above. We got a clear night for landing, so this button right here, press it twice. Alright, autopilot's off. It's a calm day, which is nice. In and out. So this one we gotta hit the runway on the numbers basically, because it's a short runway.
500.
500 checks, and it's a little bit to the left.
400.
100 above.
Oh, I see where it is.
300. Minimums.
Landing.
Flight slow.
That's alright.
Flight slow. 100.
We're on half again.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Manual braking.
Alright.
First turn off here, we should make it.
That's that one.
And this is the runway you want when you fly United. If you're right into the gates.
All right, I think that was a massive success. Unfortunately, I didn't get to do a full manual landing with no experience like I wanted to, and I also didn't get to land at the world's hardest airport, but the instructor did teach me a lot, and I really did learn like a lot on like just how to keep it level and like just what buttons to click and how it moves. And I'm definitely planning on going back and trying it again. And next time I go, I want to get a lot better with holding steady the altitude on like full manual. And I also want to try some system failures. So hopefully like an engine failure maybe, or like
The things everybody prays for.
exactly. And yeah, hopefully I'll get the chance to go back. The instructor was awesome, like nicest guy in the world, very helpful, very knowledgeable. I'm so glad that like we got that instructor. I mean, I've never been with any other flight instructor, so I wouldn't know like for comparison, but all I know is that instructor was like very knowledgeable, very, very nice, and I definitely want to return back again.